All right, folks, we are live at the castle. You are watching the Phoenix Premier League Match of the Week, and we got a great one for you today. Ron Thompson versus Lee Jones, but most importantly, the guy sitting to my left, Mr. Sean McPeak. How you doing, Sean? Thanks for being here.
Doing well. Thanks for having me.
One of my oldest friends. I appreciate you. I really do. Well, we got a good one tonight, Sean.
Yes, sir.
Oh, this afternoon, I guess. I'm too used to doing the siege. But we got a great one this afternoon. Lee Jones versus Ron Thompson.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting. I think that if they're both throwing good darts, this could be some fireworks.
Yeah, it's fun. Well, we had a great match last week with James and Adam. We're looking for a little bit more fireworks again this week.
Yeah,
Let's see a nice close one. That'll be a good one to see.
It would be nice. I wouldn't like to see anybody run away with it, to be honest. I kind of want to see them pushing each other to the limit.
Yeah, I'd like to see that. Well, we're going to talk about that match in just a second. Let's take a look at where we're at. So these are the results up to date, up to this minute. All right, this is the only match left to play in week 2. And you see Adams up there with 27 wins. He's only lost 10% of his games in 30 matches.
Yeah, 3 dropped games. That's something to be proud of.
I
know it's early in obviously in a 7-week league, though. 2 weeks in, that's significant for sure.
You know, 30% of the league's played essentially already. But I mean, he's off to a great start. It's fun. Max keeping up their rhythm. Don't judge from what you see from Lee Jones right now. He's only played 15 games, but we'll see how we do. But even if he were to win 15 games tonight, he could only get to second place.
Yeah, best he does is put him in there second, but it certainly lets Adam know that he's breathing on his neck. So
Ben Ferris right behind him, dropped a close one to Jolin Harris, who's in 5th place. Jolin, here's the thing. If you're in 4th, you're the guy that you're not going to go up, you're not going to go down. That's where Ben's at right now. Mm-hmm. You look at Jolin Harris, he might, if he stays in that position through week 7, he's going to have to play Mark Raymer in the playoff, one match, one night, to see who stays up and who goes down to the Challenger League.
Yeah, that's
pretty fun.
That's pretty fun. That's a really fun little twist of the group.
Again, we can't really judge Ron because he's got 15 games out. We'll see how he does tonight. But he realistically needs to get above Mark, and he really needs to be challenging Jolin, which means he's going to have to win 10 games tonight.
I was sitting there too. I was thinking 10 games I think is probably his minimum. He can get away with 9 if he really has a strong second half of the league, but optimally he wants to walk out with 11 if we're being honest.
Yeah, at the end of the day, he wants to end up in that. Ultimately, he wants to end up in the Adams spot, but he wants to be sitting in that Ben Ferris spot. Sure. Where you're just kind of comfortable in, you're just kind of cruising along.
That's where they're looking at really is obviously they all have the ability and want to win, but right now they're all going to be vying for that little 3-4 spot for sure.
And I'll tell you, for me personally, the shocker, although you've got to keep in retrospect, James Edwards only winning 5 of his first 30 games, but he's played Adam and he's played Max so far.
Yeah, it looks bad. Certainly, like there's no way to really put a spin on that, and I'm sure that James would tell you that he's probably left some darts out there, but it is tough for James Edwards right now because he's essentially going to have to be putting up, winning maybe 75 to 80% of his games in 4 of his last 5 matches. And
it's certainly possible with a guy with the skills of James. Mm-hmm. It's certainly possible, but he's in a tough position.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, let's look at the Challenger League too. All right, Steve Price he's out in front right now. He's 4 games ahead of his next closest competitor. Any surprises there for you?
A little bit. I mean, I think that anybody who looks at this list can probably see 2 or 3 people that they're like, all right, those are the guys who could compete in the Premier, but they're obviously still part of this group because any one of those guys obviously can compete, or otherwise they wouldn't be playing there. But I would say Jeff Pace was my favorite going out. Between him and Nate, I think that they were the 2. They're the 2 proven strong guys in that group, along with Steve Price. But Steve Price, I'm really surprised mostly by him. What a strong comeback from not really playing darts over the last 2 years or plus. I don't know exactly what his time frame is, but I know that he hasn't been super into it. So I guess surprise it's nice to see him back there. I'm more surprised that Jeff and Nate are in that 4 or 5 spot.
Well, and let's give a shout out to a friend of the show, Mr. Sean Rosner, sitting comfortably in 3rd place right there. with a nice little winning percentage. What's tough about this, you don't know who they played.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. Like,
Yeah.
I do put Rosner probably in that top 5 there, but it's so hard. I don't know Adam as much, but I know Cody, I know Bobby. I play with him a lot. I play with Rosner. I play with Davidson a lot. I don't really play with Broges and Price as much, but those guys they're all right there with each other.
Sure.
Davidson, Steve, Nate, and Jeff, for me, are probably the 4 guys who are the ones to beat. So the other guys, they're going to probably make their biggest leaps and bounds as far as game win percentage against those guys. That's where they're going to want to put them down.
Your biggest surprise in that league? Is it Cody Young?
Right now, I'd say it is a little bit surprising because I've seen Cody play over the last 6 months to a year,
And he's in such great form.
Insanely good. I think a lot of that has to do with the comfort of where he's throwing and when he's throwing, who he throws with. Certainly, I mean, I don't know a lot about him as far as whether he's a rhythm thrower or nothing like that, but his mechanics are sound. He's got great posture. I do love watching him play. So I thought that he was going to be coming into this probably throwing fire with a little bit of something to prove, and it is early. He's still got time, but I didn't expect to see him with that percentage.
Well, that's the thing in a 7-week league. Is there an early time?
No,
I mean, they're going to be playing weeks 3 and 4 in the next couple of weeks.
Halfway through the league.
Yeah, exactly. It moves quick.
Yeah.
A couple of bad results and you're in a lot of trouble.
But the fun thing, and I think what these players need to keep in mind is what makes these series is that it's not about winning first place and getting $800. It's about staying there or getting yourself into the next tier. So
Sure.
Even if you think that you're out of it and you're not going to be 1 through 3, it's still your job to put those wins away and get those game wins so that you don't, 1, get yourself tossed out of it, or 2, give yourself the best opportunity in the next league.
Folks, before we go on, we got to give a shout out to Mr. and Mrs. McClure. To Ashley and Dustin, congratulations on your wedding. All the best to you guys. May you guys have a wonderful married life for the rest of your years. And all those folks out in Hawaii, enjoy yourselves. Just quit posting pictures.
Yeah, I mean we got 5 inches of snow. I don't want to see your sunsets.
Yeah,
I'm not interested.
I sent a very rude message to Rosner about it yesterday and celebrated when he texted me back saying he's got the flu. So that felt good,
Small wins. You got to take the small wins.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so let's talk about tonight's matchup, and we're going to get you right to it. And it's afternoon, not tonight. Lee Jones, Ron Thompson. I asked you earlier on this week. Let me ask you again. How do you beat Lee Jones?
Oh man, that's there's probably plenty of schools of thought on this. I kind of joked and I responded back to you as throw better darts, right? That's obviously always the case. But I think when you talk about these guys in this scenario, they're all capable of getting in, getting out, throwing great darts. I think here, especially with cricket being in the mix, you got to play pure darts against Lee. You got to take away his opportunities to shut you down early, and you got to make him play your game. So I think scoring is going to be big. All of these guys are going to I know for a fact at least 6 of these 8 guys, if they're up by 1 mark and they've got less than 1 or 2 wedges, they're always going to take the opportunity to shut it down because they can hit those darts most often. So you got to make, I think you kind of made that comment, you got to make Lee waste darts. You got to play pure darts. Get in. Don't get in on crazy stuff. Don't get funny and start thinking about your outs at 300. Get it low. Get yourself to a manageable out, and then make sure you hit it and set yourself up for what you feel comfortable with. Don't get yourself out there. Don't pin yourself into something that you may not be comfortable with just because you're trying to be better or throw a cool dart or.
Well, here's my thing. So tonight we're going to play 10 games of 501, double in, double out, and we're going to play 5 games of cricket. And I think the 5 games of cricket are crucial for Ron. I think when it comes to the 0-1, you got to win the ones that you're throwing first.
Yeah, I think that we have to assume that in a 0-1 competition at this level, you have to hold throw. I don't think there is it just like in the PDC or Steel. Like if you break throw, you put yourself in a huge position to get the advantage. So you have to hold throw here.
Exactly, and that's why I think it's so important for those cricket games that Ron makes Lee waste darts by pointing. Quite frankly. If you get up in points, you're going to make him. Most players of Lee's caliber, they want to close and run, right? They want to get the game over with. They know they can close a number with 1 dart, and they just want to have that opportunity. you've got to take those opportunities away from them.
Yeah, and they also want to take away their opponent's opportunity, who they know can do the same thing.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's not waste any more time. Let me get your score prediction. Winner gets 8 at least.
I'm taking Lee 10-5.
Lee 10-5. All right, that's fair. I'm going to go with Lee 11-4.
Okay.
All right, but I hope.
think the cricket is going to be the determining factor.
I hope. Hey, Dustin McCullough's tuning in from Waikiki. Nobody likes you, Dustin, but like we said earlier on, congratulations, especially to Ashley and to yourself. I don't know how you landed that beautiful woman, but congratulations to you both.
Oh, I thought you were going to say handsome man. Dustin's a catch,
why
bro.
is it ginger? I mean, no ginger should be with somebody that good looking. Folks, we're going to run you to a 47-second spot. When we come back, we'll be live in the arena, and we're going to see some darts.
And
so
we'll be
stay right with us. All right, folks, we are back and we are here. Thanks for tuning in. Please give us a like, give us a share. They have piddled. It's Ron to go first. Right out the gate. Hitting those doubles in that first start going to be crucial.
I think we're going to see both of these guys shooting at the 18s probably the whole time that we play. So we'll expect to see them both trying to get in on 18. Lee said something funny to me earlier that for the last 2 or 3 years, he's lived in the 18 in kind of thing, and most people were always giving him credit. Oh, you can't perfect game that way. You can't go out and whatever. He's like, I don't care. I'm trying to get in.
Yeah, I'm trying to win.
I'm trying. I don't need a perfect game. I need to win. So, and 136. A 156 in isn't exactly something to frown at.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Well, Ron's going to be a little bit disappointed with the 66 opened up with a nice trip 20.
Yeah,
Look at this from Lee.
This is kind of where I said hold and throw is going to be important, and I think that you're probably going to hear them talk a little bit, but I'm kind of interested just to see how Ron responds, especially if he's put under pressure coming out of game 1. Big third there.
A real big third.
Yeah, I mean, Lee's essentially stole the throw, but you still got 9 darts potentially looking at the out.
It's very, very early. They've thrown 6 darts. Lee's missing a trip 19.
Mm-hmm. And this is kind of one of those interesting moments, right, where I say, like, did he leave something out there by trying to play with the out? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
just
fair.
Going up there, and he knows he's going to have to hit a trip 20 on the next go up, so why not say that?
Yeah, and there's another 66 for Ron, a couple of trip 1s.
But if your partner, isn't really putting that pressure on you, I guess if you're Lee, it gives you the opportunity to do what you're comfortable doing.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like
that's fair. But we talked about it earlier on. Ron's got to win those games when he goes first.
Mm-hmm.
He went first this time around.
There you go.
One of the things I noticed, especially at all levels of players, to be honest, but especially at this level, these guys, when they're practicing and warming up, they practice bulls and they practice the trip 20. None of them practice the trip 19. And it shows early because none of them have hit it either.
Yeah, big out there, throwing a 36 following the throw. So that's big. Be interested to see how Ron responds. Like I said, I know it's game 1, but these are going to go soft tip. These are going to go real fast, man.
Let's give a shout out to those watching along in the chat. Please give us a like, give us a share. The Outlaw, Paul Rogers, joining us. I love that man. Rodney Tyler Parton joining along. Congratulations on your recent marriage. Anne Marie watching along from Hawaii.
Trevor Sellers tuning in. What's going on there, Trevor?
What's up, Big Trev?
There you go. It's big in. The same thing he had last time. He hit that 111 on the third dart.
It's 5 111s that Ron's hit so far.
Yeah, Lee looks really, really comfortable and focused. He's you can tell on his face when he goes up there. Sometimes
look
he's
at that.
got a little bit of a smile.
It's
Sometimes he's
It's a big ton 80. One of us got to do the boom goes the dynamite thing, but it will be all right.
you're wearing I think it's a little bit more your thing.
Yeah.
There we go.
All right, Ron didn't hit a
Finding
triple
it.
one. That business gonna be happy about that.
And finding a triple 20 there. That's
Yep.
good. Something to
Well,
build on.
losing that first match means he's got to steal one back from him. That's never easy when playing Lee Jones and he's shooting like this.
Wow. Yeah, good follow. See, but and that kind of puts me into the same question as I was just running back. Like, he ran that a little bit different, and he could have chose to go the 19 on that dart, especially being
Sure.
that far up.
Yep.
Last game, he chose to go the 19, and it wasn't the same scenario. So I am kind of curious at his school of thought on those darts.
Ron having a lot of luck with his first start, but it tends to go downhill from there. Keeping it close, so let's see how Lee's going to attack this 45. Trip 15 tops. Oh, look at that.
Man, he is in form, dude.
Yeah,
He's
if you
got
could
a
run
40
right
and
out
a
there.
50.
Tell him just to slow down a little bit so I can switch the cameras in time. There's only two of us here today.
No, if he's if
Hi, Tracy.
If Lee's in form, man, there's not going to be his rhythm's going to be quick.
Hello, Michael. Hello, Tracy. Hey, Bobby. How are you doing? Mike Maloney in the chat. What's going on?
Here we go. This is where I expect to, like you said, see a little bit more. Hopefully, Ron can get something back here. Leading in cricket, and I think
Yep.
he's a little bit more comfortable in the cricket game.
Well,
Hopefully, it'll make this a little bit.
And you're forcing the issue, and he just beats up that issue. But are you forcing the issue with Lee at this point in time?
Ooh, big 9 mark
Yeah,
there.
there's a boom goes something.
Wow.
We got to come up with our own catchphrase. I think it's what it comes down to. But
Yeah.
Ron's going to step right back up. He's going to need that trip 20.
In my opinion, he's got to go 7 mark all 20s. I wouldn't even think about the 19s. He's talking to himself a lot, and a lot of head nodding. So
Yep.
hopefully he's not struggling in his headspace right now.
Well, he's gonna do what we've been
Yeah.
talking about. He's gonna do it to Ron.
There we go, Ron. There's the
Yeah.
sleeves come off. Somebody already
Yeah,
called it. They
there
said
you
he didn't
go.
like them sleeves.
Them sleeves are gone. Bud Crystal in the chat watching along. What's going on, Bud? Sarah, how are you doing? Oh, not a bad 5 mark there from Ron, but didn't get that point lead back. You watch Lee go right up and close those 18s right here. There it is.
Bud Crystal with 100 stars. We appreciate that.
Hey, Bud. Thank you, sir. Well, and Lee likes to do, that's something that's really developed in his game in the last 2 years is if he has a free dart, that third dart, just throw it at the ball.
I've been seeing that a lot lately, and following some of these bigger matches. Oh, here we go. That's much
There you go,
needed.
Ron. There you
Good
go.
answer. And
Show him what you got, my friend.
that's one of those. Throw at the ball all you want. Give me my wedges.
Miss Ashley Crouch Jones. Miss Ashley Jones in the chat. Ashley, thank you for letting us borrow Lee for the afternoon.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. He's throwing well right now.
Kyrie's watching from Hawaii.
And that's what you need to do, I think, against Lee right there. Ron set himself up with an opportunity now to not only take the lead, but possibly even the game if he wants to be aggressive.
Yep.
So now he's just going to have to stay there, in my opinion. Maybe even look
Yeah.
at the 15s.
Well, he's going to need to, just so he can dictate where Lee's going to throw that first dart. Unfortunately, not able to do it. So Lee's going to have the opportunity here, should he choose to, shut down those 16s.
Yeah, he's going to have to. There we go.
Ooh.
Still a little bit of air, not
yeah.
a whole lot, but a 9 mark
Yeah.
here could still.
And the way Lee throws felt like that first dart kind of blocked him out, switched over to the 15s, just shut him right down.
Yeah.
That's not a great first for Ron right there. He's seeing him move to the side.
But look at Ron's posture. Look at his face. Look at the way he's reacting when he hits and misses. He looks a lot more comfortable. I really think he did not like that jersey on. That's insane, the difference.
Lee finds himself 78 points down.
Yeah, and there you are, make him waste starts. We said
that's
that, right?
right.
If you put them points on the board, you make them do something. Now, he's still sitting comfortable, but right now, a 9 mark makes it a bull race.
Yeah, I mean, it's for guys like me and you say, well, you just got to hit a 9 mark. But for Ron, that's not a huge achievement. Certainly more than capable of doing it. Gives up the cores after the first start, though. Switches over to the Bulls.
Yeah, I like that. I think there's nothing to be achieved there by closing the 19s, I guess.
That's fair.
Yep. smart move there.
Unfortunately, yeah, this is what can happen now.
Yeah.
In a hurry.
That's just too
Look
good.
at that.
I mean, a 5'8's going to win these games
Yeah,
most times. So.
Didn't even give me a chance to say he's got winning darts.
Yeah, no. Lee, he made it pretty clear that in his current headspace, he's either going to be this guy who we're witnessing, or he said it was going to be something that he was maybe not so proud to be a part of. But
Tori, watching along on the track. Let's go, fellas. Ashley saying that we can have him for the afternoon. So lots of laughs and giggles there.
we'll take any of the Joneses. We'll take them both all the time.
Uh-oh. Now, here's an opportunity for Ron to get on the board, and you don't want to let Lee run away with it early. He's up 3-0.
Yeah, Ron needs to certainly settle in, take a moment, make sure that he makes these darts matter.
Yeah, hit that double, son.
There you go.
There you go.
Still in. Those are those kind of situations that I notice in watching these live streams, and specifically, here on the castle, where you're kind of in the garage box, right?
Sure.
It's very easy to remember or to forget that you're playing a match against somebody who you're trying to beat when you start joking and everything. And if that one moment where you walk to the line laughing and you take a split second less time to be focused,
yep,
it will change your darts.
Look at this from Ron.
Exactly. Good darts.
Yeah, great darts.
But there he did his routine. He went back to his line. He, did his whatever he does back there. He stepped up to the line natural and went with his rhythm versus, breaking and doing the laugh. I think there's nothing wrong with having that communication, but I think you always got to remember, hey, I'm got to get focused before I go to the line.
Yeah, big low ton there from Mr. Jones. Now, Ron's just got to answer here.
Yeah, Ron's probably only
got to hit the trip at least. Got to hit that trip 20.
I'd say he wants $140 here for sure.
Yep, there's the trip.
Ooh, that's just a bad flight.
Yeah, when it flights over to that one line, he tends to throw across his body a little bit.
Mm-hmm. And he said he mentioned that too, that he moves a lot because he feels like he has a real good straight line of sight, which is great. Feeling comfortable and confident in any dart is I would say probably the best start. But right here he needs I would say a 1040. A $180 wouldn't hurt.
Oh no! Look at this! Look at this!
There
you go!
is.
Big 180 there from Ron Thompson.
He's going to be happy with that, and he's going to have to settle in though right now, I think, and really just focus. I think it's 6 versus 3 darts.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yep. Lee's going to look to just set this up.
All right, Ron. Here's your opportunity. A lot of pressure on these darts. Sean Calhoun saying on the stars. Thank you, sir. Ben saying he was probably laughing if you got the double in. That's fair.
All right,
and he's put himself in a situation where he's only going to get one dart at it. And he's not even going to get one dart at it. He's going to be disappointed there.
Yeah, we'll stay at the same wire, though.
Yep.
There you go.
Okay. Well, Lee's going to have an opportunity. Trip 18 tops.
Okay. That's what I was literally about to ask. How are you taking this?
All right, double 8.
Ooh, big dart.
Look at that. Lee Jones take the 4-0 lead. Caleb Hamilton sending 200 stars. There's another guy in Hawaii. You're in Hawaii. You're surrounded by a beautiful beach, beautiful climate, beautiful women, and you're watching darts on your phone.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Is what we're
thank you is what I want to say.
We're trying to say.
I also want to say a couple of other choice words that I'll say for when you get back.
Ooh, we got a star party. Yeah, remote challenge at the Siege. I don't know what that would look like, but looks like Maloney wants to get some of his darts on the stream.
Well, if we could do it with steel, I would do pretty much anything to get Mike to play some steel. I think the whole nation needs to watch Mike play some steel, so that would be fantastic. Mike, whatever we need. If I need to run a cable from my house to your house.
Yeah, what do you think, Mr. Smash? What do we got to do to get and no conversion tips?
Yeah, Skip looked like saying good morning from Hawaii. Nobody likes you, Skip. Hawaii. Tell you what, those guys are spoiled.
Here we go.
All right, Ron just looking to get on the board right here, and he's had a couple of opportunities the last 2 matches. See what he can do here.
There we go. I'd say he certainly has to be out in 6 from here.
Well, Mike saying he did hang up a steel board a couple weeks back. Well, Mike, we will fly you out. Send a car to pick you up.
He hung it. He hung it for decoration.
Yeah. I'll send a car to pick you up, Michael, and we'll accommodate you and your beautiful family in a hotel. It should be fun to watch.
That's a tough round by Ron. Makes himself not getting the first look at the out right now. Possibly Lee being able to steal the first look.
David Madera sending in 20 stars. Thank you, David.
And just like
Look
Lee does, doing Lee things, leaves himself with his favorite wedge.
That's
2 dart out.
That's right.
That's tough.
That's our third 180 today.
Ron needs to take a moment here, and there we go. That's a good answer. All right, I don't hate that at all. Now he's really just got to go back there, sit down, and hope that Lee has a hiccup.
That's right. Joel Harris sending in 200 stars. Well, this is went for the double bowl tops. That's one way to do it. Oh, look at that.
That's if there isn't a better example of somebody who is just throwing fire and putting the dart wherever he wants, then I don't know. I don't know how best to explain that. That was because I would not have put him on a bull first dart on 90. That to me that doesn't really.
Lee takes a 5-0 lead, and when Lee is hitting, he's just fun to watch.
Sure.
I mean, it's right up there with some of the best. Look at this.
Yeah, I don't want to be in that room right
Look
now.
at this.
On the other side, and and now he's already side eyeing on the end of his dart. He's letting Ron know that he's in control of this match. I think Ron's gonna have to go up there and.
Caleb Harron sending 1,780 stars. Thank you, Caleb. Big shout out to Joel and Harris.
That's a big answer right there.
Look at that. Nice 0-9 mark, and that's the way to do it.
Yeah, Ron let him know that he's not going to take it, lying down. I mean,
he's not going to get blanked.
No.
All these guys in this league are just way too good for that.
Absolutely, and that's still a smart dart because
Yep.
while the board looks rough, Ron's still in a great position going into this throw.
And he took the hero dart there. Carries a 34-point lead. Ron's going to be looking to close the 17s.
Yeah, he needs 4 at least if he's even going to think about
There's
it. I
that
would stay
4.
there.
Stay there.
No.
He went up top.
In my opinion, there's no need to close a wedge there.
Ron is a fantastic darter. If there's any hole in his game, is when he makes that switch, he sometimes does it a little bit too quick.
Yep. Yeah, see, in that situation, I think the only answer is to put another 51 on the board and leave yourself at 182, forcing Lee to throw 2 triples. But he is focused, though. That's a good look. He's up on the board. Yeah, those are close. Good looking dart still. But
he maintains a point lead. And like we've talked about before, he's forcing Lee to waste a dart just to get that point lead back. Lee's not going to buy into it, though.
No, and Lee's already changed his game. He started out by pointing first, or at least giving the look at the point. Now he's going straight for the close, regardless of where he's at.
So Lee's got 3 wedges on Ron, but Ron's got the point lead. He's going to try to go to the hero. He's got to go back down to 16s now and just camp out there. Yeah. All right, that's not terrible.
I think that was probably a good position to maybe try and take an aggressive move.
Well, he's got a 72-point lead, but that goes 60 of it.
Yep, fat.
Still holding a 12-point lead.
Ooh,
forcing Lee to do it. Now, this is your last chance, Ron.
Are you closing bulls, or are you putting yourself in a... Because Lee can hit 4 bulls without even thinking about it.
I mean, that's fair, but the best way to give himself an opportunity right here is to... he doesn't have any choice.
Man.
That's tough.
Double there would have been a fantastic follow-up.
Johnny Laney watching along on the chat. Thanks for joining us.
Bulls going straight at the bulls, I'm thinking. Yep.
Blake Murray sent in 200 stars.
Now
Thank you, Blake.
20s. He's got a point. I don't think he's closing. Oh.
He stayed right there at the bull.
I'm a little surprised. Even with 3 wedges, I'm a little surprised.
Well, you 5-zip up.
Yeah,
right? I mean, so he's comfy. He's feeling it right now, and he's putting a lot of pressure on Ron.
I think he needs another double here. Oh, still good darts.
All right.
Still a game, but
87 points up.
Unfortunately, he only needs a single bull. So if Lee gets 2 triples on it, he's probably closing bulls no matter what, even if he doesn't hit a second triple.
27 points up. There goes the point lead.
And here's the game shot.
Oh. if I did that, I'd be celebrating. Lee
I
does
know.
that, and he's
He's upset.
frustrated.
I know he's
right?
yeah.
And so
I missed in the points.
yeah, I can't believe I missed that.
135. What am I doing? All right, Ron, relax. I like that he's staying true to his game and still playing smart darts, though. That's good. And while I know Lee may be moving into a possible 6-0 lead, there's still 9 games to be won.
Yeah, you go. And he's running away early with it. Let's catch up with some of the folks in the chat. Josh Winks watching. Nick Teixeira watching along. Hey, Nick. David Medeiros, thank you for another 500 stars. Thank you, sir. You guys have been fantastic. We're approaching that 100 viewers number. Please give us a like, give us a share. Let's get this out there. We do this. I say this. We do this every Saturday, but we're not doing it next Saturday because of state. But
Gotcha. State. We'll skip past that.
Yeah.
So interesting moment there, and kind of this is what I talked about earlier on about beating Lee. That's the first time in these 0-1 games that Ron Thompson hasn't shot at the 18 first dart. He opted to go at the 20s there.
Yep.
Whether it was a comfort thing or him trying to switch it up, I still think that those aren't the things you try to do right now.
I agree. I think you got to stay within your own game plan, no matter what it is, right?
Agreed. There are moments, obviously, where you got to adjust your game plan.
Sure.
Getting in on 0-1, I don't think that's the place to adjust.
Well, and I think, to be brutally honest, and listen, I love Ron, and he's a fantastic darter, but Ron just hasn't played his game in his first 5 matches, and it's not the game plan. It's just the fact that his darts haven't been good enough. Too many 1-1s, too many 5-5s.
Yeah, and it's tough too. Lee's not really giving him an opportunity to play his game.
Yep.
So even when Ron's going up there and hitting a 9 mark in competitive tons, Lee's answering.
But shout out to these guys coming all the way out to the castle to play on a Saturday afternoon to entertain everybody, fighting a little bit over the weather.
Nathan Borland with 500 stars. We appreciate that, brother.
Thank you, Nate.
What's up, Dan Taylor? Just in time. These guys are the score line does not really portray an accurate display of what these guys are doing. Ron's not really throwing Ron darts, but this isn't as big of a wipe as it looks like it. I mean, these games are still coming down to they both getting looks at outs. And
yeah, I think Ron's had some opportunities in cricket, especially early in the matches, to really take a commanding lead, but unfortunately just hasn't been able to capitalize.
Yeah, that previous game, Ron had a couple looks, and they weren't even bad misses. I mean, I feel like he played it as well as anybody would have played it in those decisions. So big out here.
Big 134. He's got himself 6 starts from 74. That's going to be a good position. Let's see if he can do it.
Yeah, certainly to break the ice. And 2 is if Lee doesn't hit a triple here, yeah, he's having fun with it, but he knows that was an important miss. And for Ron now, he needs to literally take a moment, focus, and make sure that he makes these next 2 darts.
All right, where's he going to go? Trip 14 is a steal way. He went that way, so
20 tops.
20 tops.
Nice solid center mark.
Ooh, unfortunate.
That's all right. Still pressure. I mean, Lee obviously can take this, but Ron looking like he might be getting this first.
Well, he only needs 1 trip.
Nope.
Oh, and he's not going to hit it.
All right, Ron. It's now or never. You don't. Yep.
Gives our first opportunity to check out our double 10 cam.
You see, I think just that one moment he's taking right before he goes to the line is the difference between when he's going up there in a speed, and that's what I was talking about.
I agree.
Play comfort.
I agree. His pace and his rhythm at
Yes.
times gets out of whack.
I was almost willing to throw $20 on that right there. That when he would go to that line, it's going to be first dart.
Yeah,
he took
fair.
a moment. He has that little hand switch with his darts every once in a while.
Yep.
He was in the zone there.
Nice opening there by Lee. Big ton 20 open. Now, Ron, all he has to do is forget about that, but just answer it. All right, just hit it on the first dart. And that's not, he always goes in on 18s. For some reason, he switched up to 20s. And as soon as he switches back to 18, he's able to hit it right away.
Ben Fairs with 1,000 stars for the Sean Ty. It's nice. I had to dig to the back of the closet for this one, but I wanted to show y'all the respect that I think y'all deserve.
Lee, a 47-point score, a low visit for Lee on that one.
Yeah, and A ton at least is needed here. A ton 40 puts him in a much better position.
Yeah, it's 2 trips. One more, put all kinds of.
Big
Look at that. That's our fourth
180
today. We need a 180 tracker.
Someone's
Is what we need.
Someone's texting Ron, telling him that we're laying it on a little heavy on it.
Yeah, let's go.
It's all love.
Yeah,
It's good to see, though.
It's like these guys just starting to warm up. You can tell.
Yeah, there we go.
All right, Ron.
Just take that moment.
yeah.
Look at it. Just taking that one moment. It's
Yeah.
completely different than how he started this.
And
first half of
this
match.
is how you can put a little bit of pressure on it.
Don't start nodding. Just throw your darts.
Chris White saying hope all is well. It's good to see you, Chris.
There we go. Still, it's
Yeah.
a rough flight, but those
Yeah.
are 3 good-looking darts.
So Lee's going to be the first on and out, it looks like.
We're
Well,
looking for at least 80 here, I would say. Obviously, anything better than
Yep.
that is ideal, but
uh-oh.
single 20 hurts here.
Oh,
Ron,
neither one of these guys on and out.
yeah, but Ron now with the best opportunity at the first look.
Let's see how he can position himself. This is all about setting yourself up for the double out.
He needs a triple here. It's
Yeah,
all right.
ton 30 is no fun,
But at least he gets to stay at the top of the board.
but it requires 2 triples, which is going to make it tough for you.
At least he gets to stay in the same place.
That's fair.
And Lee looking to put the pressure.
Uh-oh.
Wire.
Could you say Lee is off a little bit this round? Only shooting a 25, which is
I think
better than what I could do, but he's only shooting a 25.
honestly, I think Lee is still throwing in the same rhythm, but I think that Ron Thompson's pause and a little bit slower of a dart throw is kind of breaking Lee's actual rhythm.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. And I don't think he's doing it consciously to do
No,
that.
I think it's purely just
Yep.
outside looking.
Look at this from Lee. Tops for the
Shanghai out.
Oh, no.
All right, Ron with an opportunity to take 2 games back to back here. Where's he starting? 16s?
Yep, apparently so.
12.
Double 12.
All right, there you go. Take a moment.
There it
Big
is.
third
That's
dart,
2 in a
Ron
row, baby.
Thompson.
5-2 now.
Uh-oh.
Is that where we're at? I believe so.
Yeah.
Is that no 6-2?
We're not
I
going to do any
believe.
early predictions. 6-2.
6-2.
Yeah, but still, I told you.
Yeah.
Game 6 ended. I said there's still 9 games to win.
That's fair enough.
And Ron gets the throw going into this.
We're back to cricket, and Ron's throwing first. Nothing wrong with that. Oh, let me go back to main board here.
Oh, he knew he was going to hit that 5. That's
Yeah,
why.
well,
He wanted to get you that close-up
we'll
look.
blame the camera.
Oh.
Not a
he's-
great opening there for Ron.
Yeah, he's not going to be happy leaving that there.
But here's the key. You got to forget about that set of darts right now. Go back there and just recoup.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Lee, no desire to let up.
Yeah, Lee just failing on a 9 mark and consistently hitting those 7 marks, which is just terrible.
He did this last time, and Ron answered with a 9
Yeah.
on the 19s.
Let's see what he can do. He's not going to do it this time, though.
There's a good dart. Needs another one.
Okay. Takes a little bit of a point lead.
Lee, I'm thinking, is probably going trip 20, single 19 here. I don't think he'll go 19s first.
No.
He's going around him.
Yep.
He's playing head games. Ron,
Yep. Going to try and pin him in
yeah.
a little bit on those 19s.
And Ron's got to concentrate on not falling for that either.
Well, and he's just going to set him up and say, all right, you got to hit these.
Here he is looking for a new wedge. That's kind of what I thought that he was going to do, and I think that's what Lee was trying to make him do.
Yep.
Move off his wedge, take some points. Oh, Lee's really, really trying to play some games here.
Yeah, it's just kind of toying with him a
Yep.
little bit. Well, in the process, Lee's just closing wedges. So he's just getting closer and closer to the winning dart.
Who's the other? Couple of Maloney's in the chat, it looks like, trying to figure out if they're related.
That's a solid 5 mark by Ron there. Steps up, takes a 54-point lead. Lee can still cancel that out with 1 dart.
Yeah, Lee, no interest in letting that
And
play out.
there's that 1 dart we were talking about.
Yes, sir.
The solid little 7 mark.
Ron with no option but to hit at
Yeah.
least 4 bulls here.
Well, and Lee has played this strategically wise a lot different than what you see.
One
But
more of those.
he's put Ron in a pickle.
Big look though, man. Those are good darts. Yeah, I mean it played off, but
Yep.
unfortunately Ron throwing a 3-2 here.
Well, at the end of the day, he's got 4 wedges on him. All right,
Yeah.
so I mean, you can't really complain. Look at this. Oh,
Yeah, that's
Lee Jones, ladies and gentlemen.
that's hard. That's hard to
Yeah.
beat, guys.
Yeah, Lee Jones, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to go 7-2.
One game away from, at minimum, the match win.
Yeah, that's fair.
But right
That's fair.
here, we're not really talking about matches. We're
Yeah.
talking about games.
Yeah, you're talking about games. You're
Every
talking about
game is a
avoiding
win,
that
a
relegation
match.
zone.
Yep.
All right.
Oh, I like that a little bit of European soccer.
Yeah,
reference
well,
we got
hey,
going on
yeah,
there,
I was the
huh?
one that thought of this league, and that's what
I don't know how many
that's
people.
what it was based off
Let's
of.
see in chat. How many people know what relegation means?
Well, yeah, those 3 going down, and Ron's just going to try and avoid that. Let's remind you where we're at in the standings. Ron Thompson's only won 2 games so far. That'll put him. It would not change his position right now. So he's going to need to win at least 2 more, 3 more to get above Jalen, or to get above Mark. Excuse me.
Dennis Shea with 200 stars. We appreciate it, brother.
Thank you, Dennis.
All right, so this one's starting off a little bit slower. These averages are a little bit lower than we've been seeing in these 0-1s, but I mean that was coming off of cricket. Cricket is, I feel like, such a high octane match. 0-1 is just kind of like, let's get the 0.
Well, in
Cricket's
0-1,
like, bam,
yeah.
bam, bam,
0-1,
bam,
you get
bam.
in not only in a physical rhythm, but you get in a mental rhythm with 0-1 as far as what you're doing. It's the same game over and over again. When it comes to cricket, there's a lot of variety in it. Quite
Yeah.
frankly, it's why some people love it and some people hate it both.
Agreed.
It's a love or hate type deal.
I think I like cricket because I think that the risk reward is a little bit higher.
Yep.
I think that appeals to me in darts. In 0-1, I like it as a beginner. I liked 0-1 more because every
Big
time I
Tom
threw
40.
a dart, I got something for it.
Big
You know
Tom
what I
40.
mean?
But yeah, true. Big Tom 40 for Ron Thompson there.
Lee looking to he's got to get a triple here. Needs to put himself
Yeah.
below 171.
Right. Yeah.
There we
He's kind of leaving that door open a little bit. 153 is an out, but it's a tough out.
It is. But Ron's got to look at it too, though. Where do you think he's going first?
He's going to stay at the 20s.
I was
score,
hoping so.
you want to set yourself up, and you need a trip right here. There it
Yeah,
is.
especially if you're not really putting the dart everywhere you want.
That's
it.
fair.
You got to go
Yep.
to the consistent and the safe spot, which is that triple 20 wedge. All right.
Trip 20. Ooh, no. Unfortunately, a 153 is a very tough out to hit. Well, Ron's got another opportunity. He's had a few of these. Those high 2-digit outs. He's got it. You'd love to leave yourself with 2 darts at it, but at least get 1 dart at it. He's only going to have 1 possibly. He's not going to have that. And that's where he's falling a little bit short tonight
Mhm.
because he's leaving Lee with just a 2 dart out with 56. 16 tops is the way he's going to go.
Debbie Hughes saying,
Uh-oh. Maybe not. Oh, look at that.
man, Lee Jones. I mean, that
Yeah,
just-
I mean, he's pretty good at this thing. He should think about doing this more.
yeah,
often.
he should. You know what? I think he should probably play darts.
Well,
It's a little more
8-2, so that's
consistently.
going to give him the match for the day. Obviously, we got to play it out so we can see how the points are going to work out. But
Because every game matters. We talked about that a couple times tonight. So Debbie Hughes says cricket is a more challenging game. Anybody agree, disagree? I think that cricket certainly is a game of millimeters as opposed to 0-1 where it's a little bit different. But challenging, I think they both exhibit their own individual challenges.
Lee gets in with a 116 right there. I think cricket offers you a variety of strategies where truly in 501, look at this by Ron. Oh,
good dart.
looking for 180, number 5. I think with 0-1, when you play the pure game of 0-1, there's really few choices that you have to make.
Sure. You can be a little bit more customer personalized when you play cricket.
Exactly.
That's fair. Certainly gives you an opportunity to be a little more strategic when you play.
Strategic, more expressive.
Gamesmanship is
yep.
a little bit more
Absolutely.
prevalent there. Ron throwing really good looking darts right now.
And he's really starting to score well.
Agreed.
In the first few games, especially in 0-1, he was struggling with his scoring. But
His grouping seems to be tightening up. It's a little bit more high load
Yep.
now instead of left right.
I agree. He's found that trip much more often.
Nathan Borland says cricket involves more strategy. I believe it can involve more strategy. I think it's a pretty straightforward game for the most part, but I think that depending on how you play it, it can have.
I don't disagree. I just don't think there's really any strategy at all. No one for the most part. And
Agreed.
I mean, it's all about math skills and going forward from there.
There's the personal strategy that I talked about like when you start thinking about your outs
pacing and rhythm
and your
yep.
outs at 300. How do I want to take it out?
An
Where am I
opening
most
one there
comfortable?
for Lee. He's not going to be happy with that, but follows it up nice with a trip 19.
Ooh, that's an errant dart. They were looking a little bit of joking going on
All
there.
right, 135. It's possible.
This would be I think this would be a good out to hit right now.
Ron going the bull route.
There we go, big third.
Yeah, big
Still
third.
not bad.
on that.
125 is not a super easy out. I honestly think Lee would probably look at bulls for all.
Yeah,
these.
look at
No?
the bulls first.
Yep.
And he sure
I thought he was
did.
going to take all 4 of them.
Oh,
Ron could not have asked for a better result.
yeah. There's
on
not
those
many
3
times
darts.
you're going to see Lee hit 30 points total. Let's see
You
what
got a
Ron can do with it.
2-dart look.
Yep.
He's got to make this.
You've got to take advantage.
A moment of silence.
There
There
it
we
is.
go. Taking that moment. Nice shot.
It's the third game for Ron.
There you
It's
go,
8
3-8.
to 3.
3-8. What
Yep.
do you think?
Someone
So-
predicted 8-4.
I only need him to get 2 more games
Oh,
to make you
no.
wrong. That's all I'm really worried about.
Someone predicted 11-4.
Debbie Hughes says, cricket, you play more of the board numbers. With 0-1, you normally just throw up at the 20s. That's probably accurate in your steal and split bull, double in, double out. Bull changes that a little bit, but I guess in this case, we are talking about that scenario, so I would agree with you.
Jason replacing Sean makes the stream relegated.
Ooh.
What's up with that? I tell you what, there's
Not
too many.
only are you in Hawaii being just
yeah.
enjoying everything,
No,
but
he's
you're
just
also
picking
going
on
to
me.
throw extra
Yeah,
shade
yeah, really.
towards Indiana.
That's okay. That's all right.
That's all right, Jason. I think you're a gentleman and a scholar. I think you're
Nah, nobody likes me.
Quite.
That's all I can say. Let's all have a pity party for Jason.
quite possibly the most important part of what is happening here,
No.
Mr. Jason.
No,
Ellis.
well, other than the fact that I supply the house and the electricity, there's not much more to it. I think everybody would try to have Sean and Tim on the mic, but here we
Oh,
are.
Lee with a.
Yeah.
This game does not
Oh,
look.
look at that. You know, that's one way to get an 8 mark. Not many ways you can do it nowadays in today's game, but one way to do it is just hit that double bull first. Lee just running away with cricket. And I really thought cricket was where Ron would have the opportunity to take advantage with Lee here.
Yeah, we got a lot of takes on 0-1 in cricket in the chat. I'm interesting to see.
Well, and the answers that you get over here, this side of the Atlantic, are going to be much different than what you get in Europe. I
For
can promise
sure.
you.
And the
Lee Jones.
Queensland? Is that what we call it? Or the Kingsland Mouse? Is that-
So when I start talking like this and nobody understands what I'm saying.
Oh, we've all watched enough PDC. We get
Yeah,
it
that's
now.
fair.
But now we're starting to get a little more English accents over there in the PDC. So
Yeah, well, a
you
little
better be
bit
careful.
of little Canadian accent, a little North American accent going.
Oh,
Lee. Oh, that's, it's almost insulting. Through one of the 20,
is.
just hits the
yeah.
one.
I don't know. I get mixed feelings about stuff like that. I've done it. We're all guilty of it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But man, when you walk off the line,
Throws off your balance a little bit.
that-
Nothing wrong with that. Lee, possibly the nicest person in darts.
For sure. Yeah, when he does that, it's because he genuinely believes in
Yeah,
himself, not
yeah.
because he's actually putting the dart away.
Sometimes you throw that dart, you lose a little bit of balance, and you
Sure.
kind of head that way.
All right, so moving to 9-3 games here. What headspace do you think Ron's in?
I hope he's in the right one, because you got to be every match that you win, no matter if you're losing 14-0, that last match could stop you from being relegated at the end of the season. And let's face it, the end of the season after today's matches is only 5 weeks away.
Gotcha.
All right, so you no matter what, every single match counts. We said a lot on the last broadcast when we had James and Adam here. But even if you're getting beat up, and everybody will have those days on the board when you get beat up, even when you get beat up, those last few games, they matter so much.
Yes. And I think it's probably harder to finish a good match than it is to play it. Does that make sense?
I understand what you're saying. Is Lee going to get too relaxed here? Is he going to lighten up? I just don't see that out of Lee, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that's not really his character. But I think I'm maybe referring a little bit more towards the opponent's ability to be like, all right, I'm out of it. Now I'm going to throw a little bit more of a carefree dart, maybe fall into a little bit more of their natural comfort and not feel like, oh, I got to win this. I got to win every game. Now it's like, well, I'm done. And
yeah, you get to throw a little bit looser.
Sure.
Yeah, you're kind of throwing at your own time and your own pace and just cruising right along.
Sure. Lee putting himself on an out, that's a lot of pressure on Ron. Ron has to get below. There's no option but a triple here, even with 146. Or no, what would that leave him with? 166? All right. That'll put him somewhere.
So interactively does not equal more strategy, in my opinion. Cricket can force. I don't know what happened there. Cricket can force opponents to move, making it interactive. 5-on-1 has plenty of strategy, but more often than not, that strategy is only affected by self rather than others. That's from Nick Teixeira.
I like Lee's follow through a lot. I've always kind of joked that I feel like when he throws his dart, it's almost like he's taking the dart and putting it in his left pocket, like holstering his dart.
That's fair.
Like he kind of every single time he just kind of
no matter what.
My left pocket.
It's a piece of cake.
Here's my left pocket.
Casey asking, how do I get in this league? Casey, contact Ben Ferris. He'll set you up in one of the play-in leagues. There's a Premier League, and underneath that is a Challenger League, and top 3 of the Challenger League get to move up to the Premier League. Bottom 3 of the Premier League get to move down to the Challenger League.
And it's
kind of do your partner.
A big in there. 89 is going to be a big one. Ron looking to put up probably, I would hope, 156 in.
I'd like to see Ron hit the double on the first start. There you go.
Oh, relax. There you go. But also there are some. So Casey, you asked about the league. There are some play-in leagues. You can check Indie Darts and Phoenix and message Ben Ferris. There are some play-in leagues that make you eligible for the Challenger Series, which gets you into that secondary group that gives you the opportunity to win and get into that premier group. So Ben Ferris is in the chat. You can probably
here we go. Number 6. No, not quite. Falls off to that 1. It's every time I jinx him.
Yeah, still $120 is needed there.
Yep. Kyrie saying he needs to get Bud Crystal and Jeff Coey in this league. I agree, Kyrie, and you need to be in a Challenger League, son.
Sean Rosner asking what the score line is right now. I believe it's 9-3.
I think so. Actually, I think it's 10-3 maybe. This is game 14, so.
Oh, okay, then yeah, it's 10-3. Lee. Wait, game 14?
This is game 14.
So then 9-3, right?
No, because that would be 12. I'm on game 14. So that would be game 13.
Fair enough.
Look at this. Look at this for tops. Oh. Well, I'll tell you what, there's nothing wrong with that out. Lee shooting a 40. No. Double in, double out here.
Lee mad missing that out.
Yeah.
With his opponent sitting on 270. Oh, here we go. Ron looking to put the pressure on the double 20. Big 180 there.
There you go. Number 6.
Hopefully not too little too late, but still.
Let's see if Lee can do this on the first start. Double 10. The one time I beat Lee, I beat him on a double 10, 2 o'clock in the morning.
You can. I tend to look at these guys' faces when they get to the line.
Yeah.
When Lee's got that serious, not necessarily a scowl, but just that slight little focus. I'm like, dude, there's nothing there's no miss coming from this.
Yeah, it's
this
fair.
guy.
Nothing wrong with that. All right. So this is going to be our last game. We're going to play a little cricket. Ron's going to get us started. And I'll tell you what, the score line today is lopsided as to, if Lee wins this, or Ron wins this, it's my prediction. I get a trophy for that, I believe. But here's the thing. This game is really, really important. Really. It's important. It's important to Ron. It could stop him from being relegated next season. And let's face it, you don't want to spend 7-8 weeks down in the Challenger League
No,
working your way up to this.
no, not at all.
If you get, you got invited to be in a Premier League to start off with, 3 of these guys are going to lose out this season. You don't want to be one of them.
See, coming out of that round, my opinion is maybe he was played a little bit wrong. I think that was one of those opportunities where I think Ron needed to put in an extra triple or two in that 20 before he played with.
So you don't get yourself in this situation where he's in right now where he's got
forced.
a point. Yeah, he's got a point to get back up. So, Ron doesn't hit anything here. Lee's going to step back up, and he has the opportunity to shut down the 20s, keep that point lead, and just go to 17s.
Yeah, closes the ones there. That's rough.
Lee's going to stay up top, closes the 20s.
He's going to 17s. Oh, okay.
Well, it's that bullseye
There's
we
that
talked
third
about.
dart. There's that free dart.
Why not?
Why not? Yeah. And Ron knowing that, Lee's just throwing, he's going to do everything he can to stay in this, but when
takes that point lead back,
when your
keeps it interesting.
Yeah, when your opponent's playing and throwing how he's supposed to be playing and arguably even better, then it's just tough. It's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, Lee making that famous 16-15 switch doesn't hit on either end. Okay, Ron, you got the point lead. Time to be a hero. Don't worry about those 2 bulls. Going down to 19s. Ooh, really needed. That's the loose darts that Ron has to eliminate from his game. And he's at that level, and he's got that skill level where he needs to hit 3 out of 3, not 2 out of 3. A miss is when you hit a single, not a trip. Look at this.
Wow.
Lee Jones, ladies and gentlemen, taking this match. Congratulations, Mr. Jones. Well done. Great darts from both those guys. Thank you, Ron, for the time.
Yeah, and like I said, man, I know Ron's probably chewing on a rough piece of something here, but he didn't throw terrible darts.
Well, Lee threw a 5.49 and a 32 something. I didn't quite catch it. Went back on my main cam.
32.89, I think is what it said. That's
that's not bad.
A 33, a 34. I think Ben said it early on.
In a double in.
A 34 is going to win this league.
Yeah, it's in a double in, double out too.
Yeah, a 34 is going to win this league, and if Lee stays there, I think Mac's going to have trouble playing him if he's playing like this.
I don't think it's just a 3-person league. I think it's too early to say it's going to be a 3-person league because you got Ben and you got Jolin just on the outskirts knocking on that door. But you have to look at Lee, Adam, and Mac for those 3 top places right now.
Sure, I would put it there because cricket is involved. I do tend to think that Ben might also be in that conversation because I do like Ben's cricket game a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm interested to see how it plays out. Every game matters here. You could have a rough game or a rough match like tonight, and then you can come back tomorrow or next week and win 15-0.
And
14-1.
you know
what I mean?
good, bad, or indifferent, we're going to see some rough games from time to time.
Absolutely.
And you have a little bit of a separation that's starting to happen right now, but it's an exciting league. It really is.
This is also new, right?
Yeah.
While some of these guys they're no stranger to being on a live stream or at a tournament or something. This is kind of a little bit of a something new where they know everyone's watching. They got to be on the.
And it's not just a live stream; it's people talking about you whilst you're on a live stream and talking about the league and your position in the league.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, folks, we've got a great match coming up Tuesday at 8:00. The Siege. Don't give 2 Fs. We will release the flyer later on in the day. But we got 4 people coming in, 2 sets of 2 coming in from out of town. We have a local favorite too. It's going to be a fantastic match. Mr. Bobby Moore of Ank in the Arc Tattoo is going to join us for be our guest host. He's going to talk about tattooing. I think he's going to sit down with Sean and do an interview. I think Tim's going to be here. That means Jason can make dinner and do laundry. What? Yeah, it's the best part of the show.
I feel about tattoos. I might need to.
Yeah, come on over to him. If you need a tattoo, Ank in the Arc Tattoo. Supposedly a really good artist. So I'm looking forward to having him over on Tuesday. But give us a watch. Tune in on Tuesday. We won't be doing this next weekend. It's the Indiana State Dart Tournament. But we'll be back in 2 weeks. We can't tell you what the match is going to be because it all depends on the results. And we want to bring you one that's going to be close and one that really matters in the league. So thanks for joining us today. Sean, thank you for your time.
Yeah, for sure.
I really do
Hey,
appreciate it.
One last big shout out to the McClures. Congratulations
Yes,
on
congratulations,
the wedding,
guys.
and thanks to Phoenix and certainly to the Point Streaming.
Hey.
What y'all do, we really do appreciate it, and we really want to support y'all.
Folks, it's a pleasure to have you. Thanks for joining us. Stay tuned. Next on Tuesday, 8 o'clock, The Siege. Don't give two Fs. But thanks for joining us, folks.